How is everybody? Awesome. So you've heard a lot of foundation of things that I do, and so we're not going to go through all that unless you're on tape. So let me just just kidding. The reality is I've shared a lot of different things with you up to this point, and one of the things I talked about was my mission, but I never really gave you my mission statement. This is something that God put on my heart, about 2003 or so. And it has not changed since that time. My mission is multifaceted, to create a community of 1 million or more, maximizing them spiritually, financially, personally, and professionally. To create enough influence to cause over $100 million in charitable giving. And to positively impact 1 billion or more lives on the planet. Now, I was on a radio show not long ago. Somebody said, 1 billion people on the planet. You really think you can do that? I said, absolutely. And they said, why? I said, God put it on my heart. He doesn't give you anything, doesn't put anything on your heart that He doesn't equip you to fulfill. And they said, well, who do you think you are? I said, well, I'm somebody who has taken the time and the effort and the energy to learn how to present messages and to incorporate people into that vision. He said, you really think you can do this, don't you? I said, I absolutely do. I said, but let's just say I can't. Let's say I'm not really good at it, and I positively impact 100 million. Would that be okay? Or I'm not really all that good at it at all, and I positively impact 10 million. Would that be okay? What if I'm terrible at it, and all I impact is 1 million? Would that be okay? He goes, you're serious, aren't you? I said, the reality is we don't know what we're capable of until we believe it ourselves. Now, I've been blessed. I've done 3,000 live events. I've had 27,000 people sitting in a stadium in front of me. I've had 25 and I've had 2. And I've had everything in between. I've been the front man of 8 infomercials. We ran on MSNBC or CNBC overnight for 14 months. How many lives did we touch? I don't know. There's no way of knowing that. But it becomes the belief and the desire to learn how to do those messages. Doesn't that make sense? You've seen this picture of Zig and I. Well, we had a lot of conversations that day, but Zig said, you cannot perform in a manner inconsistent with the way you see yourself. Right? If I believe I can do it, I can do it. But so can you. See, the question is, are we willing to do what it takes to get the knowledge to be able to do it? And then once we get that knowledge, do we want to do it as a business, or do we want to do it as a hobby? Now, quite frankly, I asked this yesterday. I'll ask it again. How many of you plan on talking ever again? By definition, you're a speaker. See, you are already speaking. Now, the only question is, do you want to take that knowledge and turn it into something else? Do you want it to be your hobby, or do you want it to be your business? Now, what Aaron and Legacy Leadership Academy are providing is the ability to turn it into a business. Guess what, Pastor? Bringing salvation to the world is a business. You got to have the same skills to be able to pull people into the vision. So are you going to take this and look at knowledge? Ben Franklin said, if a man empties his purse into his head, no one can ever take it from him. I mean, this is Ben. This is my good buddy Ben. Right? Some people think I'm that old. Anyway, the point is, nobody can ever take your knowledge from you. You can't lose it in a divorce. Half your goods, but not your knowledge. The IRS can't come in and seize your knowledge. Your knowledge is with you forever, for the rest of your life. Buckminster Fuller said, you can never learn less. Once you learn something, you will never unlearn it. I congratulate you for being here. Why? You're investing in yourself. See, when God put that mission on my heart, I said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to do this by myself. But I'm going to be able to do it. So I'm going to increase my skill set. So I found John Childers, the $1 Million Speaker Trainer. And that's a picture of John. That's how long ago this was. Look how young I am. Oh my goodness. But John was brilliant. Because I said, John, I want you to give everything you got to me so that I can share it with my students and my clients. And he said, are you serious about that? I said, absolutely. He said, okay, if you want to do what I do what I do. The biggest piece of brilliance on the planet right there. If you want to do what I do what I do. If you want to be able to present a message like this, then present a message like this. Your first one's your worst one. It only gets better from there because of what you learn from the first time you do it. See, what sharing messages of hope and inspiration for me have done is allowed for this. That's pretty cool. And that was in the middle. That was 1,350 college students. But the one is, 27,000. That's 6,000 in Singapore. That's 8,000 in Philly. That's 4,000 in Dallas. Now, is that cool? Yes. How many of you think that's cool? Yeah, it is. But being here today, is that cool? Yeah. It's absolutely cool. See, it doesn't matter the size of the audience. Your skill and your confidence allows you to take it further if you want to. The key is about bringing value in everything you do. If you're in front of thousands of people, you have to bring value. Or they do a thing called booing. They will let you know that they do not believe you are valuable. It's not nearly as fun as when they're cheering. Let's practice. Cheer. Very nice. Thank you. Oh, stop it. Okay. Anyway. So the point is, why do we do the things? And Scott, you've been able to do all these things. Why would you share your secrets with us? Well, I got a BHAG. A big, hairy, audacious goal. It's a BHAG to positively impact 1 billion or more lives on the planet. But see, the bottom line is, a river reaches places its source never knows. When we take this knowledge and we bring it to others, we create a ripple that can literally touch the entire planet. I don't know who's going to take parts of this message and go, you know what, I want to share it with other people. I want other people to hear this. And I have no idea who's going to take this message and say, you know what? I'm going to put it in my soul for me. And everything in between is okay. Because the bottom line is, what's your why? Why are you here in the first place? There's basically 4 freedoms that everybody chases. And they either chase one or a combination of all these. The first is time freedom. I want to do what I want when I want to do it. So I want to have the freedom to be able to do that. Well, others say, you know what? I got plenty of time. I want to be in the location that I want to do it. Somebody asked me the other day, where do you want to put your office? I said, you really want to know? They said, sure. I said, on an 85-foot catamaran in the British Virgin Islands, because now they have Starlink. Internet is better on the dang boat than it is on land. And did I say it's in the British Virgin Islands? Yes. The beauty of speaking is you can do it anywhere. And the beauty is you can fly into Beef Island, you can get on your dinghy, you can get on your catamaran, you can run your business, and then dang it, you're booked again. And you got to get back to Beef Island. You got to get back on the plane. You fly to the location. You spend time with wonderful people. And you do it all over again. Anybody think that's freedom? Yeah. It is for me. How about financial freedom? Having all the money you need. You know what? I love this. I've been in the seminar business, in the speaking business for a long time now. And we were at an event, and one of the folks, one of the attendees went, "When is enough enough?" They're talking financially, right? When is enough enough for you? The greatest answer I've ever heard from one of my compatriots. Enough to live on or enough to do good works in the world? So therefore, enough is never enough because we can do good works in the world with it, right? I want to make way too much money. Not because I want to make money. Because I want to support the causes that want to serve other people. That's freedom. And then there's inner purpose freedom. I told you my purpose yesterday. I'll share it again. To inspire and empower others to serve humanity. That's all of you. To live your life's purpose. Helping you live your purpose puts me on purpose. In spirit, closer to God than I've ever been. Love my wife, my family, my friends more than I ever have. And joy. Do you think I have joy doing this? This is a riot. I just want to do more of it. Again, I mean, I've had periods of time. I did 288 talks a year for 6 years. Hour and 38 minutes twice a day, 21,557 words, but I don't remember it much. See, when we take our why and we put it together, we have it. Does anybody really want to see my why? Evidently not. Does anybody really want to see my why? Yes. Oh, okay.
Into the mirror, knew I wasn't who I wanted to be. I was living life the way that I wanted, but my eyes reminded me I'm not free. Believe the lie, so everything that I know says I gotta go, tired of going solo. But I'm never gonna go there again. This is what it is, this is who I am, this is where I finally take my stand. I didn't want to fall, but I don't have to grow. I'm not the one with two-star hands, giving him the best of everything that's left of the life inside this man. I've been born again. I see you walking like you're living in fear, having trouble even looking at me. Wishing they would give you more than words, sick of people telling how it should be. What you download, where'd you get your info? It's all the hype show, now you're in the endo. Gonna tell you what I believe. Oh, this is what it is, this is who I am, this is where I finally take my stand. I didn't want to fall, but I don't have to grow. I'm not the one with two-star hands,
That's my why. Right there. Thank you. Sorry. Why do you make a why video? Do you ever think you're going to get knocked down? Do you ever think anybody's going to take a shot at you? Let me tell you, because every time I play that why video, I get like this. Because that's what's important. That's why you learn how to do this. That's why you learn as much as you can learn so you can be an asset to others, that you can grow and you can help lead the world to a better place. Whatever that means for you. Not my job to tell you what to do. It is my job to be a living example of what can be done. And that's what I work to do. Thank you. So, in order to do this, we're going to talk about the anatomy of trust, because that's what it is when we get in a group like this. When we get people that we truly want to serve, we want to do better. I could use Greg's towel right now. But in order to have trust, we have to create a strong foundation, right? Well, we do that with the left leg, thank you. We capture people's interest and attention. In order to create trust, we first have to embrace them and have them embrace us. And then to create the second leg, we have to be in tune. The good Lord is on our side. He's given us 2 ears, 1 mouth. We're supposed to listen twice as much as we talk. And then we need to strengthen our arms. So we use simple language. We stop talking so authoritarian. I can't even say the word. Stop trying to be so authoritarian to people. Meet them where they are. It's about them. It's not about you. Stop trying to be cool. You're not cool. I have a daughter that tells me that all the time. Right? That's why we have kids, to humble us completely. And then you have to demonstrate your offer. Demonstrate your heart to people. Don't tell them you have a heart. Show them. Care about people. Connect with them at a different level. Bring them in to the world that they're working to get into. And then that body is being the authority. Be the authority on what you do. Know what you need to know. Learn the things you need to learn. Why have I been here since day one sitting in the back? Do you know how many notes I've taken? Do you know how many things that I've saved up if people want information that I want to share with them for them? I didn't have to do that. Why do you do it? Because I care about the people in this room, just like Aaron does. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. And you wouldn't want to learn what's being shared over these days if you didn't want that. And then you got to let your heart show. And where does that come? With our shared views, common experiences. I know you'll find this different. We're not the same. Shocker. Spoiler. Right? But it doesn't matter. We are the same. Because we're all God's children on this planet at this time. Right? The fact is, if we believe we are, we are. If we believe we're not, we're not. Well, how do you pull 8.5 billion people together if everybody's trying to fight for their fiefdom? It makes no sense. Share common views and experiences. And then what happens is all of a sudden we provide evidence of our trustworthiness. If we say we're going to call at 2 o'clock, we call at 2 o'clock. If we say we're going to send you an email, we send you an email. If we miss an appointment, we say, I am sorry. Last night I went to a scheduled event. I apologize for not going to dinner with everybody, but the reason was I had scheduled that ahead of knowing I was going to be here. Now, what was funny is there was a gentleman that I was supposed to meet with 10 days ago who missed our lunch appointment. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hi, Max. How are you?" And he goes, "You're still talking to me?" I said, absolutely, I'm talking to you. He said, will you forgive me for missing our appointment? I said, tell me the reason. He said, I forgot. I said, I forgive you. It didn't have to be a great reason. He said, can we reschedule? I said, absolutely. See, because then when we invest time, interest, and knowledge in others, trust shows up. This is the anatomy of trust. You can't do anything worthwhile without it. It's about trust. It's about learning. The reason I've written checks to 19 mentors across my career is because I wanted to learn what they knew so that I could share it. Now, I said something unique to every one of them, and I've been told by every one of them, I'm the only person who's ever done this. When I handed them the check to retain them, I said, give me everything you got, and my commitment is I won't keep it. I'll share it with my students, with my clients, and ultimately, I will become an extension of you. And guess what they did? They've given me everything that they've had. So much so that my speaking mentor, and remember I said I wrote checks to just under 6 digits to him over time? He reached out to me one day. He said, I'm going to be in Dallas and I want to buy you dinner. I said, buy me dinner? That's the first thing you've ever bought me. I'm in. He said, but I want to come and I want to ask you a question. I said, I would be honored. So we went to Uncle Julio's. Great Mexican food here. Good margaritas too. We were through one margarita. We were started on our second. And he looked at me and he said, I suppose you're wondering why I'm buying you dinner. I said, as a matter of fact, I am. He said, I got to ask you a question. I said, you're buying me dinner because you want me to answer a question? He goes, yes. I said, okay, I'll bite. What is it? He said, I have trained thousands of speakers. You are easily the most successful. You have sold more from stage. You have served more people than anybody I've ever trained. But he said, you are the only one out of the thousands that I've trained that has done everything I taught him to do. I've got to know why. I said, interesting question, John. I said, I tell you what, I'll answer your question if you answer 2 of mine first. He said, okay, what are they? I said, how many dollars worth of checks did I write you? And he gave me a number, and I said, yeah, that sounds about right. I said, second question, how many of them did you cash? He said, every one of them. I said, now you have your answer. Why would I pay to learn from you and your expertise and then not do what you suggest I do? He said, you are the only person who ever has. You think there's any correlation? Why would you pay a mentor to teach you and then not do what the mentor teaches you? It makes no sense. Einstein said it. In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity. We're in a crisis in the country right now. We're in a crisis in our world right now. We need people to share great messages for great reasons. We need people to pull people back together. That's not going to happen by accident. People need to see male, female, white, brown, purple, green coming together and saying, you know what? It's about love. It's about pulling people back together. There's a pretty good book, right? There's a manual that suggests this. It's number 2. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love him first. If we were to do that, it's amazing what would happen. See, it's about providing value to everybody at every stage. Is this making some sense? Can I keep going? Okay, I'm going to anyway. So the point is, there's a price-value relationship to every interaction. People come in believing that this is the tremendous amount that they're going to have to pay for this little bit of value they're going to receive. And what you have to be able to do is share that it turns around. Through delivering consistent value, the boxes reverse. That this is the little bit that you pay for this tremendous amount of value that you're going to receive. That's what it's all about. There's a price-value relationship in all this. Does this make some sense? You've got to provide value first. Let me ask you a question. Anybody gotten any value out of these 3 days? Pretty phenomenal, isn't it? See, when there's value available and you can collect it, it's amazing what happens. So, I'm not going to just rest on theory here. It's in the yield, right? Yield is the profit, the return you get divided by the investment that you make, right? So, what you've learned here over these 3 days versus the time being here. There's got to be a yield to it, right? Success in greater income versus lost potential through inaction. Think you can, think you can't, you're right either way. Said that before. So in order to play with me, anybody want to play? Yeah. One of you, that's awesome. Anybody want to play? Okay, you're going to have to participate by digging into your pockets for this. This is either wallets or purses. This is going to cost money to play. Okay? Ready? So, success is all about understanding the potential return versus the investment. So, who has $1? Larry, that's a hand. $1 is that long green thing. Oh, well, no. Go ahead and pull that out. Larry, will you exchange your $1 for this envelope that I can assure you has more than $1 worth of value? Yes. All right. Meet me part way, please. Open that. Open that up. Go ahead. Quickly tell everybody what you got. This is only a 3-day event. Come on.
A gift card for $5.
Oh, wow. Starbucks gift card for $5. Are you happy with this transaction?
Yes. Good yield.
Good yield. Do you know anybody else who might be interested in a similar transaction?
Yes.
Any chance you have their contact information?
Yes.
By chance, could you write it down for me?
Sure.
And when could I expect that?
Right away.
Thank you. That's how you get a referral. That is the exact process of getting a referral. Upon immediate positive transaction, you now ask, is there anybody else who would like a similar transaction? All I did is follow the progression. Do you know somebody? Yes. Do you have their contact information? Yes. Can I get it from you? Yes. When can I expect that? Right now. That's when and how you get a referral. Now, what if Larry said, I don't know anybody else right now? Could that have been a possibility?
Sure.
Here's what I would have said. Larry, I so appreciate you loving this transaction. Should anybody come to mind, will you think about sharing it with me? What would you say?
Of course.
That's how you get a referral. At the appropriate time, the appropriate way. All right? Who's got a $5 bill? Once again, JT, this is a hand. A $5 bill is that long green thing. will you exchange your $5 bill for this envelope that I can assure you has more than $5 worth of value? Okay? Thank you, sir. Open that up. Tell everybody what's in there, please. That's the wrong envelope. So $10. So are you happy with this transaction? Awesome. Who's got a $10 bill?
Man, I wish I carried cash.
So Larry's going to cash in. Will you exchange your $10 bill? Hold on, I'll get to you. Will you exchange your $10 bill for this envelope that I can assure you has more than $10 worth of value?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and open that up. Let everybody know what's in there.
$20, so you would have been shortchanging yourself.
That's, yeah. So, do you take crypto?
These days, I'll take anything.
It's a $20 gift card
For Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Are you happy with this transaction? Who's got a $20 bill? Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. Will you exchange your $20 bill for this envelope that I can assure you does not have $20 worth of value?
Based on what has gone
Go ahead, open it up. Let everybody know what's in there, please. No, that would be $5. That is a $5 gift card. Are you happy with this transaction?
No.
Wait a second. Hold on, time out. Did we make a good transaction?
Yes.
Did we make a good transaction? Yeah, what's your problem? Isn't that what typical salespeople do? Is they belittle the customer when they don't provide value? We made a good deal. We made a good deal. Look at me in the marketplace. I've made a good deal. You've got a problem. But is it his problem? It's my problem. Your value is watched every minute of every day. And if I were to allow this to continue this way, a happy customer tells 3. Back in the day, they said a dissatisfied tells 11. With the internet, the dissatisfied tells 11 million. You've got to be on reproach in everything you do. So if I don't correct that action, it's on me. It's not on him. So I would never do that to you. This is yours, and that is yours as my gift for playing. See, we provide more value to people consistently. That's how we maintain our trust. Is it fair to say there's more than one speaker on the planet?
Yes.
Why have I been able to do 3,000 events? Actually, I was telling Pastor Stephen and I were talking. Somebody walked up to me. I said, I've done 3,000 live events in my career. And their question was, are you any good? I said, well, you typically don't get asked back, and I don't know 3,000 different people. I'm sorry, right? It's about providing value. If you know my name, great. Bring it on. If you don't know my name, tell somebody and let them learn. And their time to learn. Whose plan and timing is perfect? God's. Do I believe that I've been trained up for today? There's not a doubt in my mind. Not for me, so that I can serve messages and serve you and help you be able to take those messages downstream. See, me having to be on every stage doesn't work. Me helping you present more from stage works. Nona being able to get you booked more works. Aaron teaching you about the personality differences works. Brian being able to share the marketing with you works. See, that's why you come together in a team. My good friend Mark Victor Hansen used to say 1 + 1 = 11. It's about the synergies that we create with all this. You've got God-given talents and abilities. Now the next question is, are you going to use them? Are you saying, yes, I'm in, or no, I'm not? And it takes investment sometimes to do those things. I've done it repeatedly. Aaron said, what did you say yesterday? 250,000 in mentors? Something like that? No, I never ask you, but I know you've got mentors and people. What do you think you've spent on personal development and education and things like that?
More than 6,000 to 10,000 a year.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Mine probably totals $300,000 to $400,000 over my career. Now, why do you, and I talked to Brian. Brian is the same thing. He was part of the first Go High Level launch and everything, and learned from those guys and Russell Brunson's programs and all the different things that. There's $750,000 of investment. This doesn't happen by chance. This happens by choice. We want to do this with you. We want to help you. We want to grow things. Is this making some sense? Yes. So again, from my side, and I'm now part of Aaron's team as we do this too, but this is my last slide 100% of the time. I said this the other day. Once we meet, I'm in your life for the rest of your life. I'm not a stalker, but that's my information. I don't hide well. It's my name. I'm right here, right? And so that's our ability to do this.